Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about the vast majority of this entire market. So let's just dive in, and let's start off with this tweet here from Whale Chart. So we do see breaking crypto exchange Gemini suffers a $485 million rush of outflows amid fear of bankruptcy. And we've been seeing a lot of FUD and really kind of fear being spread throughout this entire market, not by select individuals, just by in general. Like, the most of the public are terrified of these exchanges just because they want to self-custody. They want to make sure that they are not a part of the next big, FTX situation or whatever. And it is for, good concern. I think that Qcoin was one that just recently got hit with a lot of, speculation on what's going to happen with the reserves. Bybit as well. I mean, all of these top tier exchanges, they are never too big to fail. And I even say that a lot around like Binance. You can never trust any name in this game, especially around exchanges. I don't think anyone should be trusting any exchange to hold your crypto in. They're strictly an on and off ramp for me. I put my money in, I get my crypto, and I send it over to a ledger. Simple. But Gemini is the number 6th largest exchange, about only $75.7 million worth of volume on the 24-hour span. A lot of it is negative volume. This is significant. We are definitely watching a few things unfold here. Everyone has been questioning, like, hey, have we, hit the bottom? Is everything done? We're going to address that in this video, and we're going to talk about the more pain situation that we could see, where it would be max pain, and why we could see it. So over here we do see crypto brokerage Genesis is now suspending redemptions at its lending business. Again, Contagion. We are seeing a big contagion effect happening around crypto. I mean, this is, concerning to say the least. And we do see over here, Justin, crypto lender Genesis seeks $1 billion emergency loan by Monday. And we did see Crypto Airy actually talk about this as well. We see her saying, we all want the contagion to stop. Let's hope those that saw themselves above the rest supporting slanted media and not listing certain altcoins are humbled for the better. Apologize and ready to be inclusive. And this is talking about Genesis trading halts with a $2.8 billion in active loans. And then Gemini warns delays. And we do have the Winklevoss twins here, which, by the way, from Gemini, they did not want to list XRP. At the time, I forgot what they were saying about XRP. I think that they were just saying, like, I think that they were biased on it with Ethereum and stuff at the time. I don't know the full story, but I know that they weren't they didn't want to list XRP at all. And apparently, same with XLM. But I haven't really used Gemini. I never really touched Gemini. There's a few exchanges that I just don't like to utilize. I've never utilized Bybit. I've only utilized Coinbase, Binance, MEXC, Qcoin, and I think there was a Bitrue maybe. So there's a few exchanges that I've utilized, but none of them, I don't trust any of them, especially even Uphold as well. All of these exchanges should not be trusted, no matter what their reserves look like, no matter what they are saying. Always utilize cold storage. I always trust cold storage. It's the most secure way of storing your crypto. And we also do see over here from Anbessa, the next weeks might get volatile. Max pain scenario shared, but the bear market is about to end. We are witnessing the final shakeout. I love the current sentiment. And we do see down here, like, hi all, crypto is now dead. FTX, a cryptocurrency exchange, collapsed last week, proving a lot of cool guys horribly wrong. My column in TOI today. Do read and share. And yeah, this is talking about, just crypto in general. We've been seeing a huge media frenzy around crypto and saying, like, hey, crypto's finished, crypto's done, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's crazy what is happening around this market. And we do see down here, getting close, hopefully doesn't mean we moon straight away, even though, even if we get 30K, we could still range down at these levels for quite a long time, in my opinion. We'd love to see some relief and a final nuke, news narrative, aftermath, bankruptcies, black swan, crypto dead, regulations coming, would give us the best risk to reward ratio. And yes, this is what we actually want to see. A lot of people have been saying, like, I don't want crypto to go any lower. I don't want crypto to go here, there, whatever. The lower we go, the more ROI we have on our investments. And we shouldn't be hoping for everything to collapse and, this, that, but that would be a scenario where we kind of look at, all right, well, what's the best level to look at in terms of where Bitcoin could go, where this market could go, and that's where we want to capitalize. But we have a few bottom signals over here as well from Hero Capital. We do see bottom signals thread. It was around like the SBF situation. Then we've seen a few other things around, like, is anyone else done with this space? And then we have, after 10 years, I think today is the first day where I thought I might be done. Then we have, the psychology market sheet. And 11th November 2022, now delete it. And it says, if you are in alt still, get out. This is financial advice. And then down here, like Jim Cramer says, investors should cash out on crypto while they can. I mean, like, there's just been so much happening around crypto. I mean, hey, not financial advice or anything, but like things are pretty rough around crypto right now. I've been averaging in. I've been taking positions simply because I believe that this will end eventually. And we definitely are nearing the bottoming point for crypto, in my opinion. I think that we have a little bit more pain, and I think that will be the max pain situation. And we could talk about that. Fear and greed index sitting at 20. We've seen lower during the summertime, I'm pretty sure. I think that we were down into the single digits, but the next update will come in about 3 hours. At the time that I'm recording this, it's currently about 4 p.m. So when this actually does go up and updates, it will probably be within like the 7 p.m. area. And so let's look at a few things. Number one, everyone has been trying to predict the bottom of crypto utilizing one indicator and one indicator alone, and that is the US dollar. Now, I did tweet out earlier on Twitter, this is actually going back to yesterday, and I said, look at this level here. And it's roughly like the 105 to like 107 region, and you could technically come down a little bit lower on this. But this is huge, huge support. We need this to actually, and by the way, this on the weekly. So just to give you guys a quick insight, we can come as low as, and this on the 3-day span, we can come as low as like 105 exact. And this has wicked down a little bit more. Now, the good thing here on the 3-day span that we are seeing is the fact that we are still trading below the 53-day EMA, which is that orange line. The last time that we traded below that orange line was going all the way back to June of 2021. Typically, when we lose that level, going all the way back to March of 2020, we don't regain it without an immense amount of strength on the DXY. So that's a very bullish indicator. But the problem here is that on the weekly, we are still holding up on very strong support. We need to lose 106, and then we need to see where we are going to go after that on the 3-day span, which would be great to see 99, which is this blue line down here. And coincidentally, there's actually quite a bit of support down here as well on the 3-day span, but we need this level to break at about 10. It's like 106, but we actually need to fully break down below all the support regions. I would argue that after like 101, there is not a lot of support until we get back down to like the March of 2020 area at like 98. And even then, it's questionable on where we will go after that. So, the DXY is still not extremely bearish in my opinion. Yes, we have dropped quite a bit from our topping point up there, but it was bound for a correction after running up a massive amount. I mean, you got to remember that it's still up. It ran up about 28.64%. It's still up about 19.60%. Even off of the bottom level here that we came down to, it's still up about 18%. And this is a world reserve currency, so pretty substantial gains on the US dollar. And even off of the height here, we're only down about 7%. On the full scale, it's about 8.17%. So we definitely are going to watch this over the next couple days, as well as like the next coming weeks, and see if this downtrend will continue. Now, what I have been looking at on some of the charts, so here is the total. So interesting enough, the total doesn't have a lot of support on it on the weekly. I've been looking at the 3-day chart as well, and on the 3-day chart, the one key level that I've been looking at is just this. It's almost like the yearly support at June 1st, 2021. This has been a significant region, $736 billion. If we lose that level, we will target the $650 billion level, and if we lose that, then it's time to brace for impact, because then we are nearing like the $500 billion level for crypto, and we might even come down to test $390 billion. Now, do I think it's going to get that bad? Not necessarily. But one thing that I have been addressing and looking at on Bitcoin is Bitcoin's levels. And we haven't technically bottomed out going off of the past pattern basis on the percentage that Bitcoin usually drops. I mean, even going all the way back to, we'll say 2013, 2014's all-time high, we corrected back here roughly 86%. Going all the way back to 2011, again, the correction on Bitcoin was about 93%. So about 93, 86, almost 87, 84.2%. And now we are currently down about roughly 77.6%. A lot of people have been addressing a few levels that we could come down to. I believe that if we do have a max pain scenario, our bottoming point would most likely be 13.6K. But the problem here is that there's not a significant amount of support here going off of the recent price action of October of 2020. All the support is actually just from this region back here from 2017, 2018's top, and this was a downtrend. So the support there is not extremely strong. I would argue more so with the, 11.9K, almost 12K region, like that could be a pretty good bottoming point, flip resistance into support. That would be more, probable, but it is concerning to say the least on where we are at right now on Bitcoin, just because it doesn't seem like it's fully bottomed out from our current level. I mean, some of these ranges could be about an 18% drop to about a 30% drop, and last but not least, a 35% drop if we are going to bottom out around 10K. I would love to see 14K still hold. I don't want to see 14K be lost. The reason for that is because I do think that the damage within crypto could be substantial if we did hit 14K or hit below 14K, but it is still a likely scenario depending on how much pain there actually is in this market. And again, I'm kind of going off of this region up here, which would be about 14K exact, which would still be about a 79.83% drop in the market. And as you guys do see, the percentages back here are starting to decrease as the market kind of matures a little bit more and more. So if we are talking about maturing in the market, and we're talking about a little bit of diminished returns on Bitcoin, as well as diminished drops when we do get to the bear market, then 79, almost 80% exact could very well put the bottom in on Bitcoin. But I'm not going to sit here and question on when the bottom is going to be put in. I'm not going to try to predict that just because I don't care to. But I will say this, it would be highly unlogical to say that the market looks very bullish right now. We still are grasping onto that November of 2020 low point here, which is support, but it's not strong support. Again, on the 3-day span, you can kind of see that level printed out on the chart. We wick down to it. Again, there's not a lot of support at that region, so it's hard to question on if this is going to hold, but as we do retest it multiple times and tap it multiple times, then it gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and we most likely will lose that as a support range, and we will continue to go lower, and we will possibly test 14K, 12K, 11K, somewhere within that region. So again, have we seen our full bottom yet? It's questionable. But I do think that if we have a max pain scenario, and if we do get a max pain scenario, then those levels are the key ones to watch for, and most likely it is going to be determined by what the dollar does, what we are seeing on the mainstream media, and the events going forward. A lot of people are questioning on the contagion effects of FTX. How large could they be? Are these is there going to be other exchanges that go down with FTX? We just cannot predict that. There's no point in trying to predict that. All we know is that we are prepared for either way. We are 50-50 on things that are going to happen and by the way, we are leaving emotions out of it. We don't want to, feel emotional at all during this time. We are just stacking stables on the sidelines, preparing to buy if we do see a substantial dip yet again. I've been focused on a few altcoins. XRP has been one that I have been watching closely, as you guys are probably all aware. It came down to test my perfect range at about 32.5 cents. This is a significant demand range going all the way back to the summertime. QNT didn't come down as low as I would hope it for, or that I was hoping for it to do, but I've also been paying attention to a pattern on QNT going all the way back to January, where we had a very similar price move on the chart where we kind of wicked back up. We came up all the way to about $160, and then we ended up having this slow ride down. Again, anything is possible in this market. A lot of these altcoins are still trading at resistance, so I am watching them closely. Hbar has been another one that we have watched closely as well, kind of sitting at these nice lows. Are these altcoins bottomed out? That's the big question, because again, there's a large amount of demand that we could still wick down to. The interesting thing about Hbar is that it is still sitting on yearly support, which is interesting, but I'm still questioning on if we have seen our bottom or if we are going to continue lower. I'm still positioned. I've been taking positions, as you guys are probably all aware. I've been very transparent and very voiceful about these positions that I'm taking, especially on Twitter, as well as even on the YouTube channel. So with all of that in mind, am I bullish or am I bearish on this market? I'm bullish on the fact that we will get through this bear market. I am bullish on the fact that we are nearing our bottoming point. Are we already there? We don't know, but I have been looking at a few altcoins, and XLM, XRP, Hbar, QNT, Algorand, a few of them, I've just been looking at them, and it's just like they are extremely oversold. They are back to levels that we haven't seen since like 2020. It's crazy to me that we have this opportunity in front of us still, and again, a lot of people are just questioning on what's going to happen next. Again, DCA is probably your best friend right now. I mean, most of this market is down astronomically. If we do get a max pain scenario, then I'm not looking at like March of 2020 lows, but we could definitely see some nice lows printed out on the chart. Like, you know, XLM is very interesting because we could see about like 6 cents to possibly like almost 7 cents, which would be a huge opportunity for me. It would be a 10x plus going back to its all-time highs if it does see them. And again, I'm really kind of looking at QNT, XRP, and a lot of the other ones as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. If you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.